piggyback off the disclaimer, also add in there, I'm not a therapist. I'm not pretending to be one. I'm not attempting to portray one. I'm just inviting y'all along on my journey in healing. Also, add in a little bit of cussing. You know how I get now. It's going to be some cussing, so just relax. It's okay. Welcome back to another episode of The Trust Tree. I am your trustee, Thee NASHVINO. And today we got a very, 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 very special guest. I'll let you introduce yourself.
I'm Janae, but I be calling myself Big Nizzle.
Tell the people your how they can find you on TikTok, because you are hilarious.
My TikTok name is SnookG1, and you can just follow me. My TikTok name is SnookG1. You can follow me and stuff. Say hi. I speak back.
So I wanted to have her on the show because number one, she is young and very accomplished. Very, very accomplished. She out here in these streets with a very, very wonderful career. She doing her thing on social media, and she's a fucking joy to be around.
Oh,
look at her skin. She just popping. Look at it. Look at it.
Everybody make me cry.
Drink your water, moisturize your shit.
For sure.
So you can be
SPF,
like her.
That's all.
Absolutely. So tell the people your occupation.
I work at a mental health hospital.
As a behavioral therapist.
Yes. And it's a very interesting job. It's not for the weak. I would if you don't have patience and you go 0 to 100 real quick, that's not the job for you, because you will get spit on and you will get attacked and you will get hurt and you will have some stories to tell people. I actually been in that field for going on 5 years now. And I have worked on my patience with that job. Like, I've literally been through a lot in that field. It's a lot. It's a lot. But I appreciate it because while I go through it, it helps me work on myself. And it shows me what I can and can't take with people, and what I just, it is what it, I'm not gonna do this anymore. I'm tired, or I can get through this. It's all right. It's all right. It helps me work through that. So
when you were growing up, is this what you wanted to do?
No, I wanted to be a veterinarian.
So how the hell you go from that to this?
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. I believe, since I don't have kids, I just believe in at least trying something once. I've had a lot of jobs. I used to be a correctional response officer for Stateville, and I worked at Burger King. You know what I'm saying? I used to be a cashier at Walmart. I had a lot of jobs. And I just feel like you should just do everything once. When you have that ability to do everything once, so you could just say I did that, I didn't like it, and I moved on to the next. So.
And you did go to college?
I did, but the first college I went to, I had got kicked out for fighting. But I went to school for massage therapy.
Okay. So you wanted to be a vet.
Mm-hmm.
How old were you when you wanted to be a vet?
I was young. I think I low-key was following after my grandma, because she used to work for a veterinarian. So, and we had a lot of pets growing up. And so I was just I want to be a veterinarian too type, but it didn't.
So you go through school, you graduate from high school. When you decided, okay, I am going to go to college. At starting off, what was your major?
What was it? Low-key, I believe it was I think it had something to do with my field now. But this is a long time ago. But I believe it had something to do with my field. And I was really going to do it. I was going to go there and actually do what I had to do. But, when you're young and you you get around that lifestyle and you on your own and stuff like that, shit happens, and, plans change. I was fighting, got kicked out, and I came home and I did not know what I was doing with my life. I ain't had no job, I ain't had nothing. And my grandma basically told me, you need to figure it out. I'm going to help you out till you get on your feet, but you need to figure your shit out. And I'm like, okay. So I applied for Walmart for 6 months, waiting on them. I finally got in. And then out the blue one day, I checked my email and I had an email from the school that I went to for massage therapy. And I'm like, that's weird. I don't remember doing that. And I was just like, fuck it, I'm gonna do that too. So I did both until I couldn't do it no more.
So with the massage therapy thing, did you feel like, cause I don't know, I like my hands cramp up. So, you know, but I'm saying like, I would think like that's some shit that is really like tiring and tedious and.
Crazy thing about it, I've been massaging my family since I was young. Like I would be the one they would ask like, ooh, rub my feet or rub my back type shit. And I was always good at it. So it comes naturally. Like honestly, for me, if you came to me for a massage, that was like a form of self-care for me. Like I literally love to do that. I don't know why I don't promote myself as much. I used to so much, but like with my job and just like life now, I don't really do it as much, but I love it. I don't even care like if I'm tired while I'm doing it. I really love massaging. So, I mean, I should probably look into doing that more, but
I got some ideas afterwards.
So,
okay, so you go to massage school, you get that going, and then you're like, okay, how the fuck did the correctional situation come about?
I'm not gonna lie to you. I done fucked with a lot of niggas that was in jail. I don't know. I don't know. Like,
I am
honestly, truly, I don't know. It's so embarrassing, but no, I a lot of niggas that was in jail. So, I mean, and I don't know. I've been fascinated with that shit like for a long time. Like, I always look at like jail documentaries and stuff like that because that's a different world.
Yeah.
People don't understand. Like, if you've never dealt with that type of shit and you get into like involved with that type of shit, you probably like, what the fuck? That's a different world. This world, and then that's a whole nother world.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know what happened. I just, I'm a risk taker. I be doing some crazy shit in my life.
It just seems like, okay, so you got your regular danger, but then that shit seems like walking through hell with gasoline draws.
But see, the crazy thing about it, craziest shit ever. That was the best job I ever had in my life.
Now, are you directly working amongst the inmates?
Yes, 12 hours. I'm in their face. I'm in their area 12 hours out the day. Best job I ever had, too.
How
was the best job?
Delicious jail, baby.
I mean, you looking at some fine-ass niggas that I ain't seen daylight, skin looking so good, body just right. For sure, I was in heaven.
Okay. But that shit, like, that doesn't get, like tempting, because, like, that's
I'm gonna be for real with y'all, because no one has ever known this. I actually got fired.
I'm gonna take a sip of water real quick.
Yeah, me too.
Real quick.
I actually got a little fired. For sure.
Why did you get fired?
I got fired. Okay, I'm gonna be real with you. I'm gonna be real with you. I did a good job for a good 6 months. I was literally on my P's and Q's for a good 6 months. I just don't know what happened. Like, they just started to look like I was there a lot. I formed friendships before anything. Like, I was like, they was cool as hell. Like, I didn't get disrespected. Like, they actually looked out for me type shit. So, I don't know what happened. After that 6 months, it was over. Like, shit, I had a nigga on each wing. I won't lie to you. I did. Like, life was lit. Like, 2019 was the best year ever.
So it seems like the security would be secured. So, like, how is that? How?
How what?
How
did I have it?
Like, how do you have the freedom?
Because really, like, okay, how do I put this? That's my wing. So I'm securing that wing. It's me and all these niggas. It's just me and all these niggas, and I'm securing that wing. I don't know why they trusted me with such a big job, but they did. So, I mean, shit happens. I was young, but for sure, I had a time. I had a phenomenal time. Now, I wasn't the one that was like hunching and stuff like that in the jail or whatever the case may be, but I definitely had a time. For sure.
I do know a couple of people that currently work for Cook County. And one of them is doing great. great job. But there was a couple of them that got caught up in a bunch of stupid shit, like smuggling shit in and all kind of shit.
It's like I said, that's a different world. You can really get sucked in. Like, you give that one person some attention, and it's not even like you're not even on that with them. Once they get that, it's over with. When they say like once you could, they know it's over when you get your name. Like when so I had my training in Pontiac. I had 2-week training in Pontiac, and they would tell like the conversation, you gotta like pay attention to the conversations that you have with them, because once they know they got you, or you like, you feel me, one of those, it's over with. They ain't gonna leave you alone, and that's the truth. They didn't leave me alone. So I gave them conversation. I probably like overdid it with that, and they just like, oh yeah, she going type shit. So they didn't leave my ass alone. I'm like, oh fuck. And I look up, I'm like, in too deep now. I'm getting caught up by some inmates. I don't even know what happened. I'm trying to talk to this one. I see my other one come. I said, hey, step away from the window, please. The other one come like, why are you talking to him? It was just too much. I was in too deep, and I was like, oh my God. Like,
step away from the window.
Now I have to like, I feel like I got to please everybody so I don't lose my job, because they like, you feel me? It was just too much. It was too much on my plate, and I just was like, fuck it.
So when you went to training, I'm very curious. Do they tell you like you have to make like your uniform needs to look a certain type of way, like because we're not trying to entice?
Listen, yeah, they do all that, and don't wear this and don't wear that. But I'm a color person, so I mean, I wasn't supposed to have my piercings and all that stuff. Did I have my tongue pierced around that time? I think I had my tongue pierced around that time as well, and I wasn't supposed to have that. But I mean, you know, it's ways to, like, we not supposed to have our phones, and I definitely had my phone in there. Like, you know, it's ways to do what you want to do when you want to do it.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Well, that was 6 months. Okay. So.
Of me being good.
Yeah, right. So what was the downfall? How long did that take?
Oh, it come quick. I'm telling you. It's like, first person I was talked to, and I'm like, how you finna get out? You feel me? So you feel me? It's gonna be us. We finna get out. I can wait. I can wait. And then I don't know what happened with that one. Like, you gotta have a little delusionalness with you when you working at, because like, be fucking for real.
Mm-hmm.
You in jail.
Right.
They in jail. Who thinks like that? You know what I'm saying? Who cares?
I bet it's a fun way to pass the time though.
For sure. Yeah. I had a great time. But the first one, I don't know, after him, it was like, that sounds sad as fuck. But no, after him, it just went down here after that. Like, I literally had nigga after nigga after nigga after nigga. It was like, everybody was like, boom. I'm like, oh fuck, all these niggas. Now,
did you ever have any episodes where the one did get out and it was some shit? Like, they was...
Mind you, I'm still cool. All the niggas to this day. We homies.
Okay, that's good.
Like,
because safety would be a concern also that, you know.
I don't be scared of that shit, but not like, we cool. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, it wasn't no shit with like, you feel me? It was really conversation. We really had conversation. We really was cool in that bitch. Like, it was niggas in there like, I like Lil Bro, and like, that's my son type shit. I would call him my son. Like, it was like, to me, it was like a high school.
Mm-hmm.
Felt like high school. So I really had a good time. And then like my coworkers, I don't know, they had they shit going on. And like,
so everybody was pretty much on the same shit probably.
Everybody was on some shit in there. Again, I never was the one to be like, they had they shit going on as far as like hunching and like sneaking shit in. I just was like giving people some attention, conversation type shit. I mean, when they got out, I did see what's up, a couple of them or whatever, like as far as like, you know, going out on dates and shit like that. But as far as like really taking any of them serious, it wasn't that. It wasn't that. But then, some of them met my mama and everything.
I was just about to say like the personal connection. And then too, you know, if you locked up, that's obviously some, you know, stressful shit. Yeah. Being in there in the general sense.
Them niggas ain't stressed in there.
That's okay. That's what I was about to ask.
They not stressed at all. They actually having like a rec center. For sure. They having fun in there. For sure. Like they got they cell phones. They still get money in there. Like they having their way. For sure.
I always wondered what the appeal was to people. Like if you older than 14, that letter writing pen pal shit.
I love it.
But like believing it though.
He said he gonna buy me some money.
I mean, you know, like. What the fuck is going on?
that's what I'm saying. You got to be a little delusional with that shit.
Because I know grown ass people who like go with niggas in jail that they met while they were in jail and that type of shit. Like
for sure, like love after lockup and all that. Love that shit. Listen, it's funny, but like that shit really be happening. Like you really can fall in love with someone in jail.
Let me tell you something. My family has asked that I not watch that show anymore.
Why?
Because there was a white man, and I might have been season 1. I don't know what fucking season he was on, and I think my brain has magically made me forget this man's name because I was so motherfucking stressed out and emotionally invested in this shit. So he was messing with the lady, you know what I'm saying, while she was locked up. And he had retired. He was like a small business person. He was super successful. He had retired. He was working on some other shit. I think he wanted a boat or something. His life was fabulous. Just lit. Meets this bitch some kind of way and pursues her. And I'm talking about the whole time she locked up, he is just giving her money. Before she even came home, he had given her his entire fortune. So they go to pick her up from jail. He bring his son with him. And his son was just like, Dad, I don't know what the fuck's going on. Like, I don't understand why you entertaining this. Like, you got... And I don't think he was honest with his son about really, like, how much money he had been giving her. So they go to the convenience store down the street from the jail, the first, like, little rest stop you come to, and she want all these snacks because she been locked up forever. So she grabbing this and that and this and this and this. I think it was like $40-some. And he barely had this. He had credit cards. He had, like, 5 credit cards, and each of them might have had, like, $92. Like, all this type of shit. So he praying the credit card go through to pay for her snacks. The credit card go through. So they got a hotel room. They go, whatever. So she want to get her hair done. She want to do this. She want to do this, blah, blah, blah. And I think they were supposed to be married. But the point is, this man has given her hundreds of thousands of dollars.
And she didn't stay with him.
While she in jail. And then she got, her own personal life is trash. Her and her daughter don't get along. They had invited her daughter to come because they was going to try to mesh the families. So her daughter told dude, like, I don't know what the hell wrong with you. Why are you messing with my mama? She don't care about you. She don't care about you at all. She don't care about me, nobody else. So he was honest with her and told her that he was broke. Oh, she lost her shit on this poor man. And he was like broken in shambles. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, no, I can't do this. I can't do this shit. I cannot do this shit.
That shit will definitely happen.
But it's crazy though that so many people are in them types of situations. Like, hell no. That shit is too much. Okay, so now we're done with this. Okay. Gets bad. So what did they like pull you in a room? Like, okay, we know about this, and this.
Okay, so what happened? So I got cool with some people that worked there. And mind you, again, I wasn't doing enough to be on anybody's radar because, I mean, I know this sounds crazy. I still had some self-respect. Like, I literally went on shit with them. Like, it was like really, for real.
It was just entertainment.
It was entertainment. So I got cool with some coworkers, and we would like, we had this little group or whatever. We'd go out to eat, and we was in like a group chat. And so like everybody had a little nigga there. So we'd be like, "Are you working this shift today? Make sure, like, if they had visiting day or whatever, make sure, like, his bitch ain't come up there." Like, we'd do all that type shit. Or, like, so-and-so want to talk to you, this and that and that. So put me in a car type shit with shorty. Whatever. So I ended up not being cool with one of the girls no more. Like, she was moving weird. And I was telling the other girls that we was cool with, like, she weird. Like, I can't, like, fool her no more because she's just weird. So I guess they was getting, like the chief and all them was like getting on her ass. So to save her ass, she sent in our group chat text messages, and it was over with after that. So I ain't gonna lie, the chief, he kind of like, you weren't even on nobody's radar. Had she not sending them text messages, you would have been good. Everybody else would have been fired because they was on everybody's radar.
She voluntarily gave them the text messages.
And so the thing about it is she deleted what she said and sent in what we were talking about. And so when they reached out to us, I'm like, huh? What? Oh, well, let me send the real text message. So we all sent in, like, collectively, just fuck it. We already caught up. So I was just sending a text message and shit like that. They like, oh, she was in the text message too. Yeah, how y'all think? And so she ended up getting fired too. And then it was like, I told her, like, when I catch her, So what?
Oh yeah.
I mean, it was my fault. I shouldn't have been doing it anyways. But like, you in some shit. Don't
That's
throw me
weirdo
under the
shit.
bus.
That's weirdo shit.
Just take your shit and keep it pushing. Like,
Yeah.
why you have to throw me under the bus? Had she not did that, I would have still been there doing my shit. I had a fun time. I made so much money. Like, I was able to buy my car and like furnish my apartment, everything. Like, I literally had time.
Fuck you, whoever you are.
For sure.
Ma'am.
We ain't gonna get that bitch no fame.
Nope.
Yeah.
Okay, so now that's over with. So would you say though that experience kind of like sent you down the road to therapy? Maybe, I mean, because when you think about it, you was providing comfort,
For sure.
an outlet, peace.
And no, cause crazy shit. Like right after that, I got with DCFS.
Damn.
Yeah,
That's
I was
around the
with
corner
them,
for sure.
and that's like, you could basically say I was a behavioral health therapist there too, because we talking about kids who's been sex trafficked and you feel we got put out or nobody wanted them, they can't get adopted, all that stuff. So like we dealt with a lot.
So you left college. When did you go back to college to complete your degree and whatnot?
I finished massage therapy school. I got kicked out of JJC, in 2014? And I went back to school, 2016? And I didn't get done until like 2017 type shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
So was that before or after DCFS?
No. DCFS was like 2020.
Okay.
Yeah, DCFS is 2020. And this was like when COVID first started. So yeah, it was like real hectic because I feel like they just kind of like threw us to the wolves because like everybody had caught COVID and it was quitting and stuff like
and
that.
They had to do what they had to do.
We had to like learn quick and really just like start dealing with their ass. Like,
what was your
like
first day like in the field?
This girl, we're on the 4th floor. She got jumped on by some girls on the 3rd floor. And they trashed her room and she had this obituary with her dead sister or whatever the case may be. And they like ripped it up and she's like going crazy. And imagine we not we're there, but we're not what's the word I'm looking for? Like we're not like certified with DCFS yet. So we can't touch them. We can't do nothing. Like we could work with you, but like as far as like if you trying to attack us or just like trying to stop you from doing anything, we can't put our hands on you because we ain't cleared by DCFS yet. So she gets jumped on and she's like going crazy. Now imagine I formed a little relationship with her, so I'm like trying to calm her down. I'm like, calm down. She bust some glass. She got some glass in her hand. She like, either you finna let me go beat their ass or I'm finna swallow this glass. I'm like, I can't let you do either. So she swallows the glass. And I was like, no, you didn't. And it was like, they're like, why you ain't talking? Well, I can't touch her. Like, what the, like, because if something happened, I could easily go to jail. Just while like trying to save her.
Yeah.
I could just go to jail just while trying to save her. So I was just like, I ain't never seen no shit like that before.
What the fuck happened when she swallowed the glass?
They rushed us to the hospital, but that's half the crazy shit that I have seen with them fucking kids. Like, we didn't literally walked in on a child hanging herself and we had to like hold her up to like cut her down and stuff like that. Like she was out cold blue. Like we all crying, don't know what to do. It's a lot of shit that we have been through with DCFS. Like that shit is not, I don't ever want to work with kids no more. Like, no.
Bearded Conversation says, peace to the host and guests. Good evening. Hello.
Hi.
Thank you for joining. When you are in like orientation, or you know what, I don't even know if they have an orientation, but whatever the introduction is to the role, right? So you haven't even gone to training yet. Is there at any point, are they honest about?
One person was honest. I was getting interviewed, and he looked at me, he like, you feel me? He like, why you want to work this job? Honestly, I'm gonna be true. Like I told him, like, I'm gonna be honest with you. I was adopted. I was in DCFS, so I feel like, you feel me, I would be a great asset. I could, show them like, you ain't gotta go that way, you can go this way, because I went that way type shit and mine turned out good. You feel me? So he's like, so I'm gonna say this to you, and I respect if you stay, if you leave. I'm like, well, he was like, do you have a problem getting called bitches and hoes? I'm like, no. He like, you got a problem with somebody trying to fight you and all that stuff? I'm like, no. He like, well, this is a job for you. And I got hired. I didn't know it was gonna be how it was gonna be. I just thought like, they'd be like, bitch, shut the fuck up, bitch. I'm like, okay, whatever. Oh no. Every time I got attacked, every time I got spit on, lost some braids. Damn. I done hurt my wrist, like, for sure.
I think
them kids is in there fucking me up.
I was just about to say, I know that you got, you know, there's different type, but there are the ones that are like, they've been in the system, they know what people can do and can't do and all that kind of shit, and like they there like to push your buttons.
For sure.
But like we had kind of talked about this right before the interview started, like what is it? Salute to the Trust Street. I appreciate you, Beer, the conversation. What do you think it is inside of you that allows you to just like look at it like in an honest way? Like if I react the way I want to react, I got so much shit to lose.
You know what? I know this sounds crazy. I don't even think about that. I be thinking, I can't go to jail. Can you imagine
That's a good
me
motivation.
in jail?
That's a good motivation.
Like, no. I'm like, ghetto as fuck. Can't make it in there. Yeah. So I'll be like, I'm gonna let you have it. I'm gonna let you have it. You wanna be my ass on camera? For sure. Do your shit. I'm gonna let you have it. I can't go to jail. Fuck what the fuck I'ma lose. I can't go to jail. So
that's crazy.
You feel me?
And then when did you work at Aunt Martha's?
I sure did.
Okay. So, you know, I heard a lot of shit.
For sure.
But like, I wasn't even working there. And like, I used to be like, oh God. Like I used to just, you know, because I have family that worked there. I used to be like, just concerned. And like, it'd be hard. What the hell? It'd be hard though. Them kids don't know love. I've been, so even in a group home. So, and then you say, you know, you were in you know, foster care. We can go back to that if you want to share. But like, it's a lot.
It is.
So you're there in the morning or whatever, you know, you're working, you want, and then you got to go home and live your life. But it's like, how do you get that off of you?
That's crazy. Cause I always felt like I never would take a job home with me. Like, fuck it, I'm going home. Y'all gotta stay type shit. But I always took that job home with me. I did, because it was some kids there that I actually liked. Like it was a girl there that actually like, she cried, like, can you please adopt me? And I was actually thinking about doing it. Some there that's just like, you don't need to be here. Like, fuck, don't nobody love you type shit. I'm gonna give you my love type shit. And then them ones, I see why your ass here. I see. It's just like, I gave them grace because they were kids. So I felt like if Martha's would have like gave them what they needed, shit would have been different there. Like when I first started, they were like, oh, we're gonna be helping them cook. Well, teaching them cook, like, you know, life skills. That's what I thought that we were gonna be doing. But they failed them so much. Like, what? DCFS failed them. They're failing them. But our Martha's had the people and the resources to actually help them kids, and they didn't. They realized, like, did nothing with them kids. Like, they gave, like, it was no consequences. Like, you could get fucked up today and go get your hair, like, a child can fuck you up today, and tomorrow they'll be getting their hair done and taking them out for ice cream. So fuck, we getting fucked up, and I had to go to the hospital. Like, I had a supervisor there. She used to get fucked up every week. I'm talking about black eyes. They didn't hurt her ribs, and she in there with cast on and all that shit, and it was no consequences, like none whatsoever. They'll call the police or whatever, and the police will ride them around, try to scare them, and then bring them back. No, fuck, take them little motherfuckers to jail. Show them what the fuck going on in jail. Fuck all that. I'm sorry, but like, something needed to be done. Belt to ass, beat they ass.
So, they like, seriously, shit. Like, they are assaulting people, hurting them. There's like serious medical consequences, and they just there.
They're just there. Like, they don't like, and they don't give a fuck about your feelings. You could cry like, oh my God, she just bust my lip. She just gave me a black eye. And I had a supervisor tell me, like, this what you signed up for. I knew right then and there. I'm like, yeah. So me and my friend, we was like, we gonna give ourselves 6 months. And the thing about it is, I was supposed to have been gone. Like, God gave me so many like signs, like, this is not it. This is not it. You need to find something different. This is not it. This is not it. And I ignored all the signs. And I'm just like, oh, well, I formed a little family here and we do this and we do that and we love each other. Yes, ghetto, but like we love each other. Fuck no. I should have been gone. It took for a situation to happen and then like it was snatched away from me. And I literally didn't have like, I was just like, well, what I'm gonna do? I ain't got no money on, like, what I'm gonna do? I don't like that. But God, like, I told you, you should have been gone. So now I have to force you out. So yeah.
And that was like a DCFS homeless shelter.
Yes.
So that's crazy. And they coming in. That's like the ultimate level of just fucked up.
For sure.
And then depending on where they came from, depending on they state of mind and all that type of shit. But back to what you were saying about them failing them, do you think it was more or less that they didn't know how to allocate the resources or they just flat out didn't care?
I felt like they flat out didn't care. I felt like they were stealing money and they just didn't give no fuck. Like, they was accepting like, first of all, we had somebody there who had like she really should have been in a hospital with nurses and they expected us to tend to her and do for her. And it's like, we don't even know what to do with her. They had no, like, they didn't have to wash their asses. They can refuse their meds. Like, it stank so bad. And I'd be like, get up, go wash your ass. Like, it was no consequences if they didn't wash their asses. No consequences if they didn't clean their room. And they was fucking at school. It was just so much shit. And it's like, y'all ain't gonna say shit about it. Y'all ain't, as long as y'all getting that money for them, it's okay. Like, it was really sickening them.
So it's literally up to y'all if y'all decide to go in there, wake them up and tell them, okay, come on, let's get our hygiene on for the day.
We can do that. And they can be like, no. And we can't make them. We can't grab them by their hair, snatch them up, get your ass in there. Get your ass in there and go wash your ass. We can't do that. We just gotta accept it's no. We can't you need to take your meds. They can refuse their meds. They can refuse anything but what they was refusing.
And they minors for the most part.
They didn't get no fuck. They didn't care. Just as long as they kept getting them in and getting money from them, they didn't care what happened with them kids, what they did, if you got hurt, nothing. They didn't care.
And there's no like certified medical personnel like on staff at all times?
We had nurses, but the nurses was like 70 years old and shit like that. She'd come around in the morning, oh, you refused? Just check. Oh, they refused. Shit, that's it. And then like if we restrained them, the nurses just supposed to come and they were supposed to come and monitor us restraining them and like make sure the kid okay type shit. But supposed to. It never really was like that. So
that's a lot. What would you say was your best day there?
I made the best of it because I was able to do what I wanted to do. Like, I was so locked in with that job. It was like, you feel me? We literally like, we was at work, or I could leave and go home and be at home, still on the clock type shit, and then come back. Or like, if you had a party, I could leave my job. I'll be back.
Go see what's to this.
Go see what's to that party and come back. Like, this is not good. But like, I used to come there zooted all the time.
I mean, it kind of sounds like you might have needed to.
I used to come there like,
that's a lot.
I'm talking about drunk as a skunk sometimes. And it is like, bruh. Because I'm like, I work on my own, 11 to 7. I would party first and then go to work. Like, because I knew the job like the back of my hand. So it was like, I could do that.
11 p.m. to 7 a.m.?
Yeah. Oh, it was I could do that. I knew on my floor, my kids would be asleep. So they sleep. I'm chilling. Feet kicked up, chilling.
So what was it for you? Like, you know what? I'm done with this shit.
I probably after year 2, I get, like I said, fuck it. Like I disconnected. Like at first it was like I was okay and let's do this. Come on, y'all. And then after that, it was just like, it is what it is. Once I seen how everything was, and then I just felt like it wasn't getting better, I just was like, fuck it. So I skated under. Like I put no effort into that job no more. Like It was to the point I didn't even wash a piece of clothing. They barely got woke up. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, I felt like I was doing, like we was doing, like my little team that I had, we were doing so much. We was overachieving and nobody else was. So I just was like, all right, shit, y'all not doing, I'm not gonna do it either because my shit ain't working. So fuck it.
So when you got hired, what was the advertised job description? Like, what were you told you were supposed to do?
Basically, like helping kids. We was gonna be doing some life skills, like helping them like succeed in life type shit. And I'm like, for sure, because it could happen. Shit, look at me. Fuck. I'm not the best at what I'm doing in life, but I'm good. So it can happen. You ain't gotta go that route. You ain't gotta like chill with your attitude. It's okay. Like behind the top, I be telling my niece, like, you know how many jobs I done lost because of my mouth, my attitude, or just like me having I don't give a fuck type mentality. That ain't is you young now, so you're not gonna get it. But I'm a person that you have to I gotta go through some shit to learn some shit. So I was trying to like enforce that with them, like you don't have to go through it. I'm a living testimony here type shit. I'm still young, I'm still going through life, live through me type shit. You can come to me. Like I had a client there, she didn't know how to she thought that she could use shampoo as a body wash. And I was just like, what we talking about here?
It's so many.
So I was telling her, like, kids. You feel me? You can't, because you'll get a UTI or you'll get BV or you'll get a yeast infection. And she swore up and down I didn't know what I was talking about. So I was like, okay, well then you use it. And you let me know how that turns out for you. Literally. Like maybe like a day or two later, she's like, Miss Janae, you was right. I got a UTI. I said, oh, well. You know, so it was like little shit like that. Like, they would irritate me and I'd be like, nah, and I still come back and try to show them some shit or like try to help them with some shit. Like when we found out they was fucking at school, I was just like, why you want to do that? Like, you good? Is you okay? You need help with something? Like, why you doing that? Like,
shout out to Ace Vito. He said, salute, UNRAP, fam, trust tree. How old were you when you got into the system?
I was a baby.
Like literally?
A baby.
So at what point?
I got adopted by my grandma, I think at like 6 months.
Okay, so she got you. Okay, so that's good. And then you stayed with her until college? Or did you like go back and forth a little bit?
No, I stayed with her. I stayed with her majority of my childhood and stuff like that. And then I stayed with my mom for like 3 years out of my life. And then after that, I went back with my grandma.
Okay. At what age were you at the height of your, I don't give a fuck what nobody got to say, I'm doing me, fuck everybody, despite what people tried to tell you, you was just a hot ass mess and
junior year.
In high school?
In high school.
So that's what, like about 16, 17?
For sure.
If you can go back in time and talk to your 16 or 17-year-old self and tell them, look what we become, calm the fuck down, do you think you would actually listen and receive the information?
No. I won't listen to nobody, not even my friends.
Like even you coming back as you?
I'll probably be like, bitch, who the fuck?
I get there when the fuck I get there.
Bitch, you don't know me. Fuck. No, like honestly speaking, like junior year, and my grandma said that, she like, where the fuck is this? Where did you come from? Like this attitude, I literally like, I was cool, I was good, and then junior year, I just said, fuck it. I started bitching. Mind you, I was a good girl. Like, I had a nasty ass attitude, but I was still good. Like, it was to the point I didn't have no curfew because I didn't go outside. Like, I was the one that stayed in the house, watching my TV shows, eat my food, and like it was to the point where like my grandma knew my friend group, so like, if I'm not at home, I'm probably at Tanina's house, or I'm probably at Imani's house type shit. Like, we literally was like that. Like, of course I had to call in type shit, but like, be home it wasn't like that for me because I ain't go outside for it. For everybody was really at my house. So when I started to like do some shit, she like, huh? Like, I'm getting tattoos, and I'm like, every day after school, we sneaking to go get tattoos.
Every day?
For sure. Like, you don't know, but like in that prime, Joey was doing tattoos for everybody. Didn't care how old you was. So me and my friends, literally, you could get like a $10 tattoo. We outside getting tattoos. Not my phone, Dad.
Damn.
But we outside getting tattoos.
Every day? Goddamn.
Every day.
How many goddamn tattoos you got?
I got a whole sleeve that I finished senior year. Right, so I started junior year and I finished my whole sleeve senior year. Now I got other tattoos. I just mainly got my arms. I'm like halfway done with this sleeve. Like we real live. So like then my sisters was out of the house because my grandma, she adopted. It was me and another sister, and then she ended up getting custody of another sister. So they were already like finished high school, like out the house type. Well, one of the sisters was still in the house, but my other sister, she was like, so nobody didn't care. Like, so I just started drinking liquor and all that stuff like that, trying to smoke. And I'm like, what happened? You was good. What changed? I did not know. Like, it was just like a switch. Like, junior year came, I'm just like, I ain't care no more until I got kicked out of high school for fighting. And
what was that like?
Oh, that was I thought it was funny at first. I thought it was funny until like I actually went to jail. Like they actually handcuffed me and like took me to the station type shit. And I said, "Oh, y'all dead ass" type shit. And like this is for real. I like called my grandma. And they like, we gonna call her, calm down. I was like, no. Call my grandma now.
Yes, please.
Get on the phone with my grandma. She tell their ass, leave her there. I said, no, call again. Call her again. That
definitely was the wrong number. What the fuck is going on here?
She said, since you want to be grown, that's what grown people be. I said, oh my God. Now imagine I got arrested like at 7 o'clock that morning. She didn't come get me till like late that night, like 10 o'clock at night. She had me sit there the whole time.
So you sitting like on the floor with the officers, or they actually put you
on? No, they put me in a holding cell.
Oh shit.
And I was still chained to the, like I was like, oh my God. I was crying. Mind you, one of the officers, because we had like a slight police station at not a police station, but like the officers would chill in the basement of our school. Like she worked at the station and she just came in there like, what are you doing? I'm just like, I'm trying to explain. She's like, I don't want to, you need to do better, this, and this. She like, because I had been at that school since I was in 7th grade, so everybody knew me. So they like looking at me like, what is going on with you? And I'm just like, I don't know. I think that was a time when I was just like, all right, I need to change. I never seen my grandma so disappointed in me. Like she was like dead ass disappointed, like didn't talk to me for months. Like we in the same house, but she didn't talk to me. She didn't look at me. Like I was like so depressed. And then I had to go to court and they kept like continuing my shit. And I'm just like, what is going on, man? I'm still not in school because they put me out the school. So now I got to find a new school and it's on my record now. So like, ain't no, and then it's like damn near like towards the end of this year. So my senior year, it was towards the end of the school year. So she like, ain't no school gonna accept you, this and this. So I had to stay at home and finish my junior year out at home. And then senior year, I had to go to an alternative school. And that was, she like, are you gonna graduate? Like, are you gonna go to prom? Because I knew nothing about no alternative school. I knew nothing about like none of that shit. I just thought it was just like regular high school. And I'm just like, oh my God, like, what's going on?
So how was your relationship like with the kids there? Because pretty much everybody there got some shit going on. That's why they there.
It was nice. Like, I don't know. I felt right at home. I don't know. I ain't gonna lie to you. I literally felt right at home. Like it was, we had a ball. I had a ball senior year. Like senior year, I did a whole 360. Like I was on top of my business because my whole junior year, I ditched like my math class. That's the only like credits I didn't have. So senior year, they like, you got all your credits. I had like more than enough credits, like, but you just don't have your math. So like I had like 3 math classes and I'm really not that good in math. So I had to have a tutor and stuff like that. But after that, like I was low-key done with school, but I still wanted to stay because who's gonna be at home? My grandma know. So I'm at school just chilling. Then I end up like getting into, they offered us like different, groups and stuff like that. So I'm like in a whole bunch of groups. I'm like in debate. Then I was on the student council, the prom committee. Like I just was in a whole bunch of stuff in high school. And I'm just like, oh my God, this is so fun.
And they had that type of stuff at your other school. You just wasn't interested in it.
They probably did. I just didn't give a fuck, honestly.
Do you think, honestly, like in hindsight, it was the vibe might have been different? Like because the kids at the alternative school, had to go there. Like that's just not, you know, a neighborhood fucking school.
Right.
So you think that because maybe like because they was going through some shit, so it's more like kindred, maybe even like a trauma bond. But
for sure, we were definitely trauma bonded in there, and it was just like, I don't know, we was like castaways. We are castaway. We literally.
But sometimes that's how shit worked though.
We had we put on plays and stuff like that. Like we really had, like I didn't have that at my other school. Like it gave like
an outlet.
It did. Like I was able to express myself, and then I had a counselor that I had to meet with because of my anger. I had a counselor I had to meet with like every other day, and so like it was just, we had a little family there.
Did you feel seen?
I did. Like I felt like, I don't know. I just felt like I needed to go there. Like that, all that happened to me, it needed to happen for me to get to that point because I graduated with high honors. Like I got accepted to a bunch of different colleges. Like I didn't think that I would have that at my other school. Like my other school divided the smart kids and the people with the high GPA, and they divided us like a lot. So you can tell who's who, and they just treated everybody differently. There, everybody got treated the same. Whether you had good grades or bad grades, everybody got treated the same, and that's what I like the most.
I think that with teenagers, that's what matters.
Yeah,
you need to feel seen.
Yeah,
you need to. I think being seen kind of opens you up to feel a different type of love, snacks
for sure,
and left the fuck alone
for sure. Because
all that shit they got to work through.
For sure,
the shit just got to be processed.
It's like, and I laugh about it because I have a niece now, and she's at that stage where like, you know, she's dating and like she be asking me for advice, and I laugh because I didn't have that, and I'm so grateful that I can be that for her. Like I tell her, like, it's an open door policy. Just remember to respect me because I am an adult and I am your auntie, but you can say and do what you feel because we need that. I didn't have that. Like my grandma, she not going for none of that shit. I can't tell her like, oh, I like this boy, or I like this girl, and I think, you know,
she going Z.
You know what I'm saying? Or like, I think I want to start having sex. Can you know, give me some birth? My grandma going. And then I had older sisters, even though they were living their life and doing their thug thizzle, they still try to like dictate my life. So I really grew up with my friends. Like we literally like taught each other shit. Like they were having sex and all that stuff like that. I waited later on in life, but like I was living through them. I ain't had like my auntie I could call, or just like, you feel me? So yeah.
But good for you then, because you know, you being what you needed when you was that age. That's probably very like, you know, I guess satisfying for you.
Yeah.
To be that outlet for somebody else. Okay, so when you back to you being now present day behavioral therapist. So going through all of that, the alternative school, finding your people, going to college, you know, that journey and the whole nine. So now you have transition from kids and now you're doing adults.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think it's just like a different kind of stress.
It is, because you know better. You know what you're doing. And I literally just had a conversation with a patient before, and he was like, you're like a no nonsense person. I'm like, I am, because it's common sense shit. Like, you grown as hell. I'm not cleaning up your mess. You can clean it up. I know you're at a mental hospital, but you know what you're doing. Like, it's something there that's probably there for depression. Okay, cool. That doesn't say that I have to, you gonna eat all this food and then leave it like I'm your maid. No, come clean it up. Like, don't play with me. So I have a different irritation for them because you grown. I'm not taking away for your mental illness and that you actually do need help. But like the other stuff, like, come on. I'm not cleaning up your shit off your toilet. I'm not doing that. I'm not cleaning up your blood stain. I'm not doing that. You can do that. Or you can live in it. That's fine. But don't look at me when it's like that and we both looking at each other and you like, and I'm like, fuck, get it up. I'm not your maid. I'm here to assist you with things and whatever you need. Like if you need shower things and you feel me, you feel like you need something to go to sleep, I can go get the nurse and I can take your vitals and all that stuff like that, but I'm not cleaning up. I'm not your maid. And I think that's the most that irritate me with that place, because it's nasty. They're nasty. And it's just like, gee, clean it up. What you doing? And they just like, that's your job. That's not my job. My job is this, and this. It don't say nowhere in my job description that I have to clean up after a grown man. Like, is you cool? I'm not doing that.
So how do they give you like like free will to like kind of like come up with your own methods with your groups or your individual sessions in that type of situation?
We have, okay, so at a certain time, it's like, I call it like the wind down session, where I come in and I ask them, like, you know, how was your day? What was your goal for today? And they say whatever their goal was. And I'm like, okay, did you reach that goal today? Or did you try to attempt to reach that goal today? Or like, you know, okay, so what's your goal for tomorrow? Help me help you? Tell me what I can do to make, when tomorrow come, you will be well equipped to have a good day type shit. Sometimes it goes as planned, and sometimes people, they talk, and sometimes they don't. We can get something, they're like, I don't want to talk today. I just like, refused. How you feeling today? Good. He's good. I'll be trying, but I'm not gonna lie to you. That job, and I haven't even been there a year yet, and I'm like already checked out. I'm already checked. They're like, my patience is then with that job and so forth.
So I think sometimes with like those type of like organizations or places, it's kind of similar to Aunt Martha's, where it's like there's a structure and you got to work inside the box. There's not much room for you to grow, stretch, and
for sure
kind of do your own thing.
Because when we first got there, they had all these like, oh, it's gonna be like this, it's gonna be like this, and we're gonna be doing this, we're gonna be doing that. And then when you get behind that, when you actually get in and you see how everything is operating, how they're doing things, it's like, well, you said in training and in orientation, it was going to be like this, and we could do this, and we can help them with this, but it's not like that. Like, and then I feel like in that place, it would be like every man for themselves. Like, it's no team. So I tried, like, with Martha's, I'm not going to lie to you, we used to, not to say it like that, but like, we used to literally be like putting them kids on their back. Like, when they tried to attack us, get them down how you get them down. It is what it is, because we gave you fair warning and we talked to you and all that stuff like that. And you coming with me trying to stab me, I'm going to get you down how I'm going to get you down. These are mental patients.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want us to touch them at all. You're out the door. If they attack you, you just have to let them attack you. I can't sit for that. So I try to, like, I ain't gonna lie, when they do X, Y, and Z, you got it. Let me do it. Go ahead. They know they be pissing me off. Here, go ahead. Especially when I'm on the men's floor, I don't play with men like that. So whatever it is they need, but that I stopped at bodily fluids and cleaning up. I'm not doing that shit. I tell them I'm not doing that. You can do that. I can give you the stuff to do that, but I'm not cleaning up your shit. I'm not cleaning up your bathroom. I'm not making your bed for you. I'm not cleaning up that trash that you sat there for a day or two and you thought I was going to come in and clean. No, I'm not doing that. You can do that. I can give you the stuff. You can do it. If you don't want to do it, that's fine. You got to live in it. I don't. But yeah.
That's a lot. And so, like, is it a situation where, like, if somebody like their family put them on a 5150 or something, and they wind up having to be there?
Yeah. Now, I did have some situations where so I've had this because I've actually had mental health issues and stuff like that, and I went to go talk to a doctor, and this how they get you. You think you talking to your doctor, and you're like, hey, I'm having suicidal thoughts and all this stuff like that. And they give you like this form, you fill out the form, whatever that number is, they can like involuntarily take you, like, and they didn't done that a couple of times and just brought people to the hospital and they going crazy and they want us to calm them down. I'm like, well, what happened? She's like, I'm not supposed to be here. I just was talking to my doctor about me having like some issues or whatever, and they just brought me here. And they gotta be there like 5 days, no talking, like type shit. Like, you automatically have to be there for 5 days, and they don't count Saturday and Sunday. So if you get there, you feel me, on Friday, they're not counting Saturday and Sunday as part of it. So Friday is day 1. Oh. And then Monday is day 2. So you're there a long time. Now, if you don't go to no groups, you don't take no meds, and they don't see no improvement, they can keep you there another 5 days.
So let's just put this shit in perspective. So I go to the emergency room for some shit. I hurt myself. It was an accident. Mm-hmm. And then they start asking the questions like they always do. Mm-hmm. Do you feel safe? Do you have these kind of thoughts?
And then you may have had last month, you probably like, you know what? I did have, you feel me? I lost my job and I just felt like the world was going to end. I did want to jump off a bridge, you know, we human. We feel like that sometimes.
Or I'm sad, I feel hopeless, whatever.
They take it, and I didn't know this, but they're taking that information And depending on like however they put it, because I know when I would go see my doctor, I will fill out a form and there's a bunch of questions on there.
Mm-hmm.
And depending on how you answer them questions, and that last, they tally up that number, or however that number, if it's a high ass number, they could take your ass to the mental hospital.
You know how I knew the shit was real? When I had my first baby, I used to have this thing, and I felt like something was wrong, but I ain't want to say shit because you know what that is like if you acknowledge the shit out loud.
For sure.
So I started paying attention to the fact that my day literally went by the TV shows that was on. Like I was going in, it was weird as fuck. One day Living Single came on, and I realized, like, I have not paid attention to anything except this baby until I just realized that this show came on. So I know my mom is on her way home from work. She's gonna call me. Like I swear to God, I sit in a chair. I'm not doing a goddamn thing unless I gotta change the baby, feed the baby, whatever. And she was really little, so I barely had, just you don't gotta really talk to her. You know what the fuck I'm trying to say. And I was like, man, I'm starting to get worried because like,
what's going on?
I don't feel like myself. So I had went to a doctor's appointment, and I had the same fucking doctor forever. And like they had those damn questionnaires that be in your paper. So when I'm reading the questions, I'm getting ready to be honest, but I erased it. And so when she came in the room to examine me, she saw the paper. She was like, "Why you erase this?" I was like, "What you mean?" She was like, "I see what you put on the paper. You erased it." And I was like, "Cause I'm like, it's a conversation I'm not ready to have." And she was like, "Well, is this really how you feel?"
Yeah.
And I was like, "No, I don't." She was like, "Yes, you do." And she was like, "If that's how you feel, that's how you feel. You might need, to talk to somebody or get some help." But I realized though that it's not just, I don't know why people think why the fuck would you think the papers aren't real?
For sure.
That they, you know what I'm saying? But I don't think it's cool.
They tried to put me on antidepressants, me just being honest about
like that. Like they should really be like, okay, look, this is why we ask you this, because this, that, and the third. But people, they just be going through the motions.
Especially if you got some good insurance.
Yeah.
For sure.
And I didn't even in that second, that shit made me feel crazy as hell. And then when I went home later, I was honest with my mom, you know what I'm saying, about the shit I was going through or whatever. So like I started to just change my routine to try to snap myself out of it. And then that helped me a lot. But I really sat and thought, like, if I had been honest, what the fuck would they have done? Would they have tried to take my babe? You know what I'm saying? But I think that people should really and at the same time though, sometimes it's necessary because you do have people that are on the brink and they do need to be, medicated or but I just being taken against your will. I don't think that's really gonna help your mental state.
It's not. Some of them actually don't even need to be in there. They just probably need to talk to somebody. They in there really doping them up. And the shit that they give them, they be sleep for days.
Which doesn't help at all.
Cold. Now, that really is scary to me, honestly.
Yeah.
They can give you a shot against your will and literally you out for days.
And what about your family?
What day is it? No, I mean, if they got family, they could try to come visit them, but not you got to come at a certain time, and then it has to be approved by their doctor. And then who's to say because their doctor don't really be answering the phone for them.
So that was my next question. Who's okay? So the 5 days go by, not including the weekend.
Not including the weekend.
So I'm pissed off because I've been taken here against my will. So I've spent 2 of those days fighting and shit before I realized.
Now here's another kicker. We report everything. So if we had to hem you up to get that shot, we had to report that. That's another probably 2 or 3 days added on because you fighting us? You fighting us. You aggressive. Now we need to study you some more. We need to you need to go in somebody group. We need to change up your pills. Maybe those pills not working. Let's try this over here. They end up playing with them people.
So what happens when you, okay, she can go home?
You know what? The only how I've seen somebody automatic release type shit is if it was somebody homeless and she was in there fucking the patients up, just giving them some go. They oh yeah, she gotta get up out of here. I don't think she really had no insurance like that and all that, and she in there fucking the patients up that got good insurance. They automatically put her ass out. You got to go. But
crazy.
It was some people that actually only stayed for 5 days. They had their therapy sessions with their therapist and stuff like that, and they attended group and they were taking their meds. When you don't take your meds, they don't really release you. You can go to therapy all you want, but if you don't take, and you're not taking the meds, they're not really releasing you.
So I can't say I was going through some shit, I felt some type of way, I want to talk to somebody, but I don't feel like I need to be medicated. I'm not even really sure what's going on with me. Medicine's not going to help me if I don't know what's going on and what it's for. Like, y'all are not explaining it to me. Like, they're not even going to accept that. I feel like that's coherent explanation.
I feel like I can't say yes or no with that because I don't know, but I've done that before. I actually talked to a therapist and I was like, and she was like, we're not gonna see about some, antidepressants. I actually just need to talk to somebody. I need to like express myself and like have an outlet type shit. I don't think pills, like, I don't think medicine is always the answer, but there it's gonna always be the answer.
That's crazy.
They threaten them with shots. You want a shot? You keep acting, I'm gonna give you a shot. And they be like, that's all y'all want to do. But I ain't gonna lie to you. That's how we get them to their room. Like, I'm gonna go tell the nurse. I quit. I'm gonna go in my room.
Then they you shot, you doped up for 8 hours and all type of shit like that.
It's more than, like, literally, like, they be out for days. I'm telling you, especially if they double dose it, you out for days. I literally, like, it was a lady there. I think she was schizophrenic, and now you can ask for it. You can ask if it's like on your little chart or whatever, like fuck it, just give me a PRN, like, just fuck it, I'll take it. You can ask for it, but I think it's like a low dosage just to sleep, just to help you sleep. You can ask for it. She was acting a fool. They gave her that shit. Literally. I worked my 3 days because we worked 3 days on, 4 days off. I worked my 3 days. She was out. And I would come purposely out. I'm like, did she wake up? They like, her ass still out. Did y'all check her? They still doing her vitals and everything. She's just out cold. I'm like, oh my God, what is they giving these people? That? Literally, what is they giving these people? I'm like, I'll never want to. I've actually, like, it was somebody there who was doing what I'm currently doing, and she's in there, and I'm like, what? Why you here? She like, shit, I just need it.
Shit got real.
And I'm like, oh my God, like. And when she left, she went right back to work. I'm like, oh, okay.
They say a lot of therapists are in therapy. Mercedes on the beat. What's up? Hey, ladies, sending love and light to each of you. Appreciate that.
Hi.
That against your will shit is not cool with me. That shit freaks me out. The other day we was just talking about that movie Life. I cannot fucking stand that movie. Life. Because with Martin in them.
Oh, love that movie.
It freaks me out.
What?
Because it's like they was in the wrong place at the wrong time, and look what the fuck happened to their life.
No, for real. For real.
I can't go.
But I love that movie. That movie's so funny.
It is, but every time I laugh, I be like, oh hell no, look at these. This shit ain't funny. Look at these nigga situations.
I was just talking about a movie with my friend that I recently just seen. It's called Blink Twice. And it just came out
with Channing Tatum?
Yes. Oh, yeah, have you seen it?
Yeah, I did. We saw. I think it was like, it's been a month-ish.
Yes. I wanted her to watch it. I'm like, because I really want to have a discussion about it, because WTF.
Yeah.
What are we saying here? Like, I honestly, and I always feel like they don't just be like putting movies out just for the fun of it. I feel like it's a.
I always said that.
It is. If it
can be imagined, it is some truth
behind that shit, and I just feel like that's what they be doing for real.
But I feel like that shit was triggering to so many people for lots of different reasons, right?
For sure.
So the way though, when they started to like realize what was really going on, like them flashback scenes and the clarity scenes, if you will, that's a lot.
That's a lot.
Because
like every night they were getting raped and they didn't know it.
I wouldn't even call that rape. I don't know what the fuck I would call that.
No, for real. Like every night they were doing something to them and they just like did not know it. And
you're to wake up and it's renewed. Fresh outfits and shit or whatever.
Like, and then whole time, they had been there for some time. And they didn't even know it. They had been there for some time. They looking like, where'd I get this bruise from? She steady looking at her nails like, why is my, like, every day, like, my nails is dirt under my nails. Like, that's so weird the whole time, though. And then if you notice I didn't get that part when she was there, there before. If you notice, like, the maid lady was like, she kept calling her Red Rabbit. She's
Mhm.
like, oh, she weird whole time though. This your second time here.
Yep.
I don't understand it. Maybe I have to watch it again and try to see what I
was gonna watch
missed.
it again.
But that movie, I ain't never had a movie that really had me in deep thought like that. That movie really had me in deep thought. Like I was at the edge of my bed, like, oh my God. But I love a good thriller.
Requiem for a Dream with Marlon Wayans. It's a pretty old movie. It's him and I think Jared Leto, and I can't remember anybody else that was in it. It's trippy as fuck, but like it's another one of those kind of just unfortunate situation type movies. You should check that out. That one always fucks me up. It's a few movies that have made me think like that, but it was them realization scenes that was fucking me up, because it's like, how could you go through some shit like that and then just wake up and you have no recollection of that shit fucking ever.
None. And it's like every night y'all having fun. They just like, and he said, he asked him, are you having a good time? She's like, I'm having a time of my life. Whole time though, they fucking y'all ass up every night.
But I mean, no, on some real shit, because you imagine like you went to the Super Bowl, you just happened to be, on your way out and you run into fucking Kendrick Lamar. He's like, oh, I like you. You seem fun. I was watching you. You laughed, whatever the fuck he said to get you to go. Come on, come kick it with us.
Come kick it.
You get your ass on the jet.
He's a billionaire. I'm there.
Just going wherever the fuck you going, and you just
you get there, and it's like everything you ever dreamed of, and you ain't got to worry about nothing. It's clothes there, food, all that shit. You like, I'm living a dream. How the whole time though, and it's so crazy. Maybe this doesn't connect, but like you ever like be riding down the street. You in a nice ass neighborhood, you're like, oh my God, this house is beautiful. A normal person was like, oh my God, this house is so beautiful. Me, I'd be like, I bet it's some women chained in the basement.
Don't always say I bet
it's some dead bodies in that basement, in that beautiful ass house.
Man.
And I'm like, what? Why are you talking like that? I'm like, no, that's a beautiful house. It always be the nice looking houses and the nicest people, and they be psychotic as fuck. Like, where'd you come from?
Fuck.
It's crazy out here.
Especially when you've been in a position where you've seen the worst in people.
Yes.
Like, you've seen the worst in people because you've experienced it firsthand.
For sure.
That shit really, 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 really put your motherfucking reality in 4K.
Yes.
Like, I don't believe none of that shit because I definitely know there's another side to shit.
Yeah,
like,
I don't, people really scare me, honestly. And when I be talking to my friends, I tell them like, people really scare me because you could really be sleeping right next to somebody who hates you. Like, and just like, you would wake up thinking like, oh, I love this person. They love me all the time though. They really hate you, or they like secretly just like doing shit just to like fuck you up mentally or physically and shit like that. And you would not know unless you were told, or unless like the shit just fell in your lap and you're like, I've actually been through that. So it's like the whole 23 till now, I'm still healing from some shit that I just recently went through type shit. You know what I'm saying? And I'm thinking it's the love of my fucking life. Whole time though, I was sleeping with a demon. And that shit, it be mind-boggling to me. Cause I was so blinded. And you be blinded because you think like this person, or if a friend, you could be friends with somebody for years and they don't like your ass. Actually hate your ass, jealous of you, and you don't know. You will never know people's real intentions.
Yeah, I had one of those.
And I be trying to tell my friend, my niece, like, don't be too trusting of people. I'm like, take it from your auntie. I done been through hella shit with like friends and all that shit. Like, don't be too trusting of people because people is really scary out here.
My thing is like mean people.
Yeah.
Like especially with kids. Like when you see kids that will do shit to other kids and it be like almost like diabolical, like, how the fuck did you even think about that?
Why are you doing that?
And why do you think that shit is funny? Like that kind of shit, like you gotta watch out for that kind of shit. Cause that'll be the kid that'll like put firecrackers in the mailbox and
for sure.
And this, all just weird shit that
or beating on disabled people or kids who can't talk, like sick. It's some sick ass people out here. For real.
Oh, yeah.
For real.
And I'm really big on, you gonna have a life outside this house. You know what I'm saying? I want you to make good decisions. I want you to be cautious about who you get in cars with. Practical shit that could really fuck you up.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I need you to like be able to discern between you're fucking weird, you got weird energy.
And I have the same conversations with my niece. Like one day we were driving and I just out the blue, God put it in my head because I tell her all the time, I can't shield you from everything. You're gonna have to see some shit, go through some shit. She's just like me. Like she's that type that she has to go through some shit to understand and realize some shit, whatever. So I'm just driving and I turned the music down. I'm like, that's what I call him, like, I know it's gonna happen sooner or later because of the type I've seen the friends that she hang out with and shit like that. And I'm like, but when you feel like you want to start smoking weed and drinking, just don't smoke everybody weed. Make sure you watch them roll that up, or you feel me? Or how about since you working and shit like that, have your own shit. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't know how many people in my job that's laced. They end up because they shit got laced. They were okay, then they smoked some lace shit and now they loopy as fuck. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, with liquor, like if you didn't see them pour it, or if you didn't pour it yourself, don't be drinking it. Don't drink off everybody because you never know. There's a lot of people out here with HSV. So it's just a lot of shit. And I'm like, you don't like, I know you're gonna do it, and I hope that you wait. But like when you start to feel like you want to do it, just be cautious and be careful about what you're doing and who you're doing it with, because you got a good family here. We shelter you. We show you the right way. But it's a lot of people that don't have that. So they just out here doing shit. I don't want you to fall in those type of groups, and then you start doing shit and you start saying fucking and just like out here. That'll break my heart type shit because you didn't come from that. So
it's so easy to fall into that kind of shit.
Yeah.
And it's just like the climate is just weirdo. Like blanket weirdo. Just everybody's well, not everybody's a weirdo, but you know what the fuck I mean. It's,
for sure.
They're more often than not.
Yeah.
And you know, like I've been around you a couple times when, you know, when you've been hanging out in your social
what's that?
In your social bag. Yes.
Yeah, okay.
And like what I noticed about y'all is y'all go in with each other.
What we be doing?
So it's like, it's not really, so like, you know, when we were younger, you go to the club, you want to be social with the dudes or whatever it is, you know what I'm saying? But like, y'all come with y'all clique, y'all interact with each other, y'all party with each other. We don't give a fuck about everybody else.
For sure.
Did that happen like out of necessity, or was that always the vibe?
I don't know. I guess I know my friends. I guess you got to know your friends. Like I hang out with bitches that don't like bitches. Like I'm more of the hello everybody. They're like, they sitting, they gotta check you out and shit like that. I come through the door like, I'm gonna check you out, but like I'm just nice and all this shit like that. They're not like that. So I don't know. I mean, we have fun with each other.
Seems like the safe approach.
For sure. We don't be needing that. Like, we have the time of our life with each other. We don't, like, it could be 3 of us, 4 of us, and we gonna get drunk. We gonna cook, talk our shit, and that's our fun. We have our fun. If the kids there, we tend to the kids, and we just have fun. We don't need no crowd. We don't actually need to go outside. I mean, if we do outside, that's cool, but we somehow end up back at home doing what we always do.
Yeah, because there's a lot of weird shit outside. That's for sure. Yeah. You know how they say it ain't shit outside?
For sure, it's not.
That is
then when you go
so
outside, you gotta spend money.
Yeah.
You stay in the house. You gotta spend no money.
And you know, Chicago is always a safety concern. You know?
Yes.
It's always a safety concern.
For sure.
I think that's another thing also too with everybody. Like we have to live our life in a way that's just way more cautious, way more like shielded and sheltered. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think also too that put a strain on people's mental health. Like COVID fucked up a lot of people, period. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people haven't been able to recover, you know, being in isolation like that. Are there people in there that you interact with that just like COVID broke them?
That I don't know. I know at when I was at Martha's, it was some people that just like did not recover fully. Like what was his? He was the operational manager. He actually died from complications of COVID. Yes.
Damn.
Like, and he kept that building together. Like, it was shitty, but like it was okay shitty when he was there. Once he died, oh, it went downhill after that. Like he actually gave a fuck about the kids. He was about the only one, him and his girlfriend, the only one that really gave a fuck about the kids. Once he died, you seen like firsthand they did not give a fuck. Because I think he masked like, I know they don't give a fuck, but I give a fuck. So even if it came out of his own pocket, he was doing shit. Once he died, they didn't give a fuck. And it showed like, oh, y'all just don't give a fuck. Yeah, we don't give a fuck. And that's how it was. But I ain't really formed no relationship with nobody there. I really don't talk to nobody but the people I came in with. I really stay to myself there because I got that vibe like it was every man for themselves there. Like, if you get attacked, you just better fend for yourself.
So this job now, if you decide, you know what, fuck this, I can't do this no more. What do you think will be your next venture?
That's crazy that you said that. I was actually, I'm sorry, I'm gonna be a little drawn out, but I can talk about it now because it's over with. I fasted for, it was a month. It was a half-ass month, but majority of it I fasted. Some of it I kind of gave into temptation, but I repented and then I, continued my fast because I was trying to go through a journey of like fasting to get closer to God, I wanted to hear him, and I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life, and I'm just like, I just need to have a real conversation with God. And the first thing that came to my head, like, I need to fast. So my pastor wrote a book, and I told her it's about fasting and like intense fasting. So I'm like, can you buy me that book? And she bought the book, and I literally started fasting. Like, I downloaded this app to track my fasting and stuff like that. And each day I read the book, I read pieces of the book, and I read my Bible. And I just was like, God, I can't stay at this job for a long time. I just can't do it. Like, I don't know what's my next plan. I don't know what I need to be doing, but I just can't do this job. And he put in my head, like, you did say you're giving yourself 6 months. So what do you need to do? So every day when they had pissed me off, even on the job, I'm doing job applications. Like, it was to the point where I'm stooping down to, and there's no offense to anybody that worked there, I'm stooping down to like Family Dollar type shit. Like, I gotta get the fuck up out of here. That was my man. Like, I have to get the fuck up out of here. And I'm like, I'm in my feelings because I'm fasting, and it's like he was telling me like I have to be quiet with my fast, so I can't tell nobody I'm fasting. I'm not going outside. I deleted all my social medias, and it's just like I'm stressing. But God, like, if you continue to do this, I got you. I forgot that I applied to this job for the state. I applied to that like last year, and I would call them every day, and they'd be like, "If we want to hire you, basically, like, if we want to hire you, we'll call you." Yeah. So then I'm reaching out to my old supervisor, and she like, I used to be a correctional officer for Indiana State Prison. She's like, it's kind of difficult to get in there, but just apply. Like, you never know. I'm like, all right. So I'm just applying to jobs, just applying. And I'm still fasting. I'm still praying. I'm just like, okay, God, I know something's going to come type shit. One day, it was like an out-of-body experience. Like, I just hopped up one day out of my sleep, and I just started praying and stuff like that. And I looked to my phone, and I'm like, my phone started ringing. Now, my phone, do not disturb, and you got to call twice. But later on when I looked, they only called, I don't know what happened, but they only called once. The state called me. The state job called me like, we got your application, this, that, and this, we want to offer you a position. I'm like, what the fuck? Can you come in for an interview type shit? I'm like, oh, wow. Hell, well, you know what? Hell yeah. No exaggeration. Literally, the next day, Indiana State Prison called me like, can you come in for an interview at 9 o'clock in the morning, bring X, Y, and Z, da, 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 da. I'm like, okay, yeah. So I go to the state job first. I honestly wasn't even no interview. They basically told me I had the job. But they like, we got to go through your background, DCFS background check, all that stuff. Like, I had to go through a lot of background checks. Had to get a drug test and fingerprint, all that stuff like that. So they sending me around the world. I'm literally doing all this shit off no sleep. I'm just doing it. Send it in, I give it back to them. I had a deadline to have all this information in. I'm like, okay, cool. Manager, I have to be back home because I got to be asleep. I got to drive an hour away to Indiana State Prison. I get there. I do now I'm in there with the like a couple of correctional officers and then a sergeant. They interviewing me. I'm nervous as fuck because I'm like, I'm weak as hell because I ain't eating. I'm just simply just drinking water out this bitch. And I'm just like, I don't know, but I'm just going to be myself and I'm just going to be honest with y'all. So they was asking me questions. Like each of them had different questions to ask me. I just answered the questions. And then the last question they asked me, like, do you got kids? I'm like, no. She like, do you got nieces and nephews? I'm like, yeah. They like, she like, do you spoil them? I'm no. She like, what do you mean no? I'm like, hell no. I'm like the enforcer in the house. They call me when it's time to punish they ass because they know I don't play with them. Like I'm one way. I one way with children. Don't play with me. I won't play with you type shit. And she like, okay, step out or whatever. We're gonna talk amongst ourselves or whatever. And we're gonna call you back in. I'm like, okay. Call back in like, oh, we want to offer you a position. I'm damn for real. She like, yeah. I'm like, well, okay, cool. He like, so we usually give people a tour, like the new hires a tour or whatever. Do you mind staying like an extra hour or two to get a tour? I'm for sure. Come on, let's do this. So after that, I had to do my paperwork with them and go do my background check and my drug test and all this stuff like that. And I'm like, okay, God, now I got 2 jobs. Now nobody knows this. I ain't even tell my family. Like I'm literally like, they ain't know where I was. Now I'm literally to myself type shit. So I'm like, okay, so what you want me to do? So I'm like, I'm gonna play any, mini, mighty, mo, whichever job call first. Like now I'm still waiting because I know I feel like I got it in the bag, but like
It's a process.
It's a process. That shit came so fucking quick. Literally, so fucking quick. It's what, February? This shit happened in February. Both of they ass called me at like, the state called me on a Tuesday. Indiana called me Wednesday, but I didn't get the call. But state called me first. So they like, you start March 3rd. I'm damn for real. That's crazy. When they send me what I'm gonna be making and all that shit, I'm like, oh, thank you, God. Like I literally started crying because it's like, I wanted to tell somebody so bad, like, yeah, I'm fasting, I can't eat. And he like, no, you need to be quiet with this. You need to be quiet with everything that you're doing. Like, I literally, when they was calling, like, where you at? I turned my location off, everything. Like, I wasn't talking to nobody. Like, I wasn't going outside or nothing. I realized was like, with myself, writing in my journal, just praying, like, cause I can't stay at this job. It was fucking with my mental. It was weighing on my body. But I'm like, who gonna pay me like this?
Mm-hmm.
Or pay me more than this? And what job am I gonna have like downtime like I have with this job? Yeah, it got its little perks and stuff like that, but this job ain't shit. And he like, if you do this, I got you. So I did that. So then I had to repent because I ended up telling my supervisor, I went to my supervisor like, I'm still trying to be accommodating. I'm like, well, can I work part-time? She's like, ain't no part-time. I'm like, all right, let me get PRN. She like, ain't no PRN. Oh, well, fuck it. I'm just gonna put my 2 weeks in. How about that? She like, what you mean put your 2 weeks in? I'm leaving. March 3rd, I'm gone. Probably before that, because y'all pissed me off a lot. And she went into like, oh, she read me my rights. She was like, you didn't apply yourself more. You could have been a lead. You could have had this. You could have did this. And if you didn't want to work that shift anymore, we could have put you on another shift. And what can we do? I'm like, yeah, all what you saying is right. I did skate underwater and I didn't apply myself and I did call off a lot because I wanted to party and I did do X, Y, and Z. I did. But y'all ain't shit. So now what? And no, I don't want to work another shift. And yes, I may go there. And even though I'm an overnight person, I'm going to go there and I'm going to work a morning shift because I feel like that's where I need to be, not here. So.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes.
That's my story.
Sometimes, things just, they reveal themselves, how they reveal themselves. But I say all the time on this show, like being silent and listening to yourself and listening to the universe to hear the answers to the questions that you're asking is so necessary.
It is.
Like if everything in your body is screaming at you saying one thing and you don't understand, you can't hear it clear. You don't understand. You just know it's something.
It's something.
Something is the blinking lights. It's something trying to tell me something. The only way you're going to hear is if you be quiet.
You got to be quiet. And that's what, when I went into the new year, I didn't even go out. I just stayed in and I prayed. And I asked God to allow me to be, not that I talk too much, but like I was just so loud last year. I was just so loud with like everything that I was doing, what I had going on and stuff like that. And I'm like, I want to be intentional with every move that I make in 2025. I want to be intentional with the energy I give to people, the job I take, how I interact with people. Like, I just want to be intentional. I don't want to make no mistakes, even though it's still going to be some mistakes, but I want to be okay that if I do make a mistake, that it doesn't fuck with me mentally, because I noticed that when I would fuck up, it will fuck with me mentally. Like, damn, I'm a loser. Damn, I'm a failure. I'm 28 and I don't have this, I don't got that, and what I'm gonna do? And I seen somebody that's my age, or I went to school and they got this and this, and it's just like, what in the blue fuck is going on here? But he was like, if you stay close to me and you do what I asked you to do, I got you. And I was like, okay. So I was real quiet with my fast, and I was real quiet with my movements. So I feel like that helped me out a lot.
Good for you. Lesson learned, and look what you got.
For sure.
Now let's talk about you and your personality on social media, because that shit is fucking hilarious.
Thank
it
you.
was one video in particular. I think you were in a, I don't know if you was in a restaurant, I don't know where the fuck you was at, but you was with some people at a table, and I don't know, you was talking about some random shit, and then you just started rapping for no fucking reason. Like,
yeah. Sometimes I be thinking I should be a rapper.
That shit is funny as fuck. How did you start on social media? Did you just get bored one day and start fucking around on the phone and it just became a thing?
No, like, I've always been like this. Like, if you had all my friends here, they will tell you.
Shantae DeReese. What's up, Skipper? I love that for you. Congratulations on your new journey.
Thank you.
That's my sister-in-law. She's awesome.
Oh, thank you. I've just always been like that free-spirited person. Like, even when I was like in high school, I would record videos. Like, I would, they had this thing like, I'm gonna make you a To Be Honest video type shit. And I would be funny on the To Be Honest videos. And they're like, you funny as hell type shit. I've always been like this. I don't know. And I be dead ass serious. People thinking I be playing because I'm just so like.
I know you're the same way every time, every way, all the time. Like, flat out.
I don't know. Like, I'm just like this.
Like, flat out. Like, when I started looking you up, and I did that shit for, I don't know how long it was, but it was a while. And I was just laughing, like, this is some stupid shit. It was one, I don't know if you was like laying down, or I don't know if it was a story you was telling, or if you was doing like a remix to somebody else's story. Either way, that shit was funny in the motherfucker. You're funny.
Thank you.
And I think you're really relatable though, because you know what I'm saying, you have a testimony. Mm-hmm. And I don't know, I had this thing with like people I follow on YouTube or wherever I'm following them, like they start out one way, then they get a little buzz, mm-hmm. they might start to get famous, if you will, they mm-hmm. making money, and then they switch up, and then it becomes very pretentious and like kind of douchey.
Yeah, like it's forced now.
Yeah, and it's like, I don't really feel like watching you, because you just make me feel like, oh, she has more stuff than me. She's, you know what I'm saying? I don't have, and it's like, every time I look at you, you're trying to sell me something.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? You're not even being honest about that, but it's like, I just get funny from you.
Well, thank you, because I'll be dead ass serious. I don't even be trying to be funny. I just, like, I don't know. I say funny. This all the time to people. I was just telling my friend this before I even came here. I'm like, my life is a movie. Like, if I was to sit here and tell y'all half the shit that I have, like, experienced, been through, or just, like, currently going through, you wouldn't even believe it. I wouldn't mind somebody, like, following me around with a cam crew just so people could, like, a TV show. Because if I tell you, like, your ass lying the whole time, I'll be dead ass serious. Like, you would have to just be that type shit. It'd be funny to me, but, like, it'd be dead ass serious.
Okay. Well, we can have you back so you can actually, like, tell your testimony, talk about your actual story, you know what I'm saying, your upbringing, if you want, because okay. I knew this was going to be random and all over the place, because, you got a very interesting occupation, mm-hmm. that in itself, you know mm-hmm. what I'm saying? And, on the show, we talk a lot about mental health and, like, the healing journey, mm-hmm. just like personal journeys. Everybody be going through some shit. At the end of last year, we were working on, like, breaking up with old versions of ourselves, changing the way we talk to ourselves and about ourselves. And I think people focus too much on other people. Mm-hmm. And I really wanted people to be selfish in a positive way, because we give everything to other people. Mm-hmm. We don't give a fuck about ourselves. We be in fucking shambles. For sure. When ain't nobody around in this dark, we in the corner crying. For sure. You know what I'm saying? But we making everybody laugh.
I gotta go home with my shoulda, coulda, woulda.
Yes.
I gotta do that.
And I fucking hate shoulda, coulda, wouldas so fucking much.
No, for real. Like, honestly, I have to deal with my shit.
Yes.
I have to. So
And that's my whole thing. Like,
real.
no one can do anything for you but you. You could be
No, for real.
married, you could have children, whatever. It's still on you. If you are fucked up, that's on you.
That's on you.
You know what I'm saying?
You got to do that work.
Yes. And like people.
But that, I'm not gonna lie to you, it's hard.
It is. It's gross.
Especially when you noticing like the toxicness in yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And I have noticed the toxicness in me, and it's like that mirror situation and that conversation that you have with yourself, like, damn, you really need to change your ways. Like I noticed I could be a narcissist sometimes. I can be manipulative, some emotionally manipulative, real bad. Like, oh my God. And I could be like really nasty.
But that's some defense mechanism that you learn. Like something happened to make you even know that this gonna help me in some kind of way.
For sure.
And then that shit becomes,
yes,
it's in
and
you.
I need to, you know, I was telling myself, like, you need to work on that. Like, you ain't gonna have no friends, you ain't gonna have no relationship if you don't work on that.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, those conversations that you have with yourself when you're alone with yourself, and it's like, you probably the problem. You the issue.
I swear to God. That was one of the episodes. It's not you, it's me.
No, for real.
I know I'm the fucking problem.
I know I'm the fucking problem. And I be trying to fair warn, like I'm trying to work on myself. I'm not gonna lie to you. I fall back and I go back to my little toxic ways, but like I come back. I wasn't a apologetic person. Like my grandma always told me, don't say sorry or don't apologize if you don't mean it. So a lot of times I know I don't mean it, so I'm not saying the shit. But now I'm like, I actually go back. A situation happened and I go home and I literally like, I know what they did, but what did I do for it to get to that point? How can I fix what I did so we can move past this point? And I will actually go back and, hey, can I talk to you? I just want to apologize because you didn't deserve for me to talk to you like that, or you didn't deserve that to happen. So, you know, I apologize. And I understand you don't want to fool me no more, but I just need to get that out because I won't want nobody to do that to me. I did that like with this girl at my job. I snapped on her so badly, and she didn't deserve that at all. And I had a stressful night, and I took my anger out on her. And I at the moment I felt like she was in the wrong. But whatever happened, whatever she did, I just felt like she was in the wrong. So I treated her ass in front of everybody. And she just ate that shit. She said what she had to say. She ate that shit. And I was so mad at my stressful last night. I wanted her to say just one more thing and it was gonna go up. Whole time though, she didn't. So when I came back to work, I said, can I talk to you? And she already got her shit like, what bitch? Cause we could get it going right now. Like what you got to say? And I'm like, nah, I'm not on that. Put her to the side and I just explained like, you didn't deserve none of that. Like I had a stressful night and I took my anger out on you and I'm sorry. She said, oh my God, no one has ever like really apologized. Like our age ain't came to apologize. I'm like, I'm growing. And I was wrong, and you ain't deserve that, so I'm sorry.
What do you think that is about your age range? Like it's like a lot of rage.
It is. That's why I just always feel like this ain't my time. I should have been born in like the 80s, 70s or something like that. But I don't know what it is. Everybody just feel like, I mean, you should feel like that, but everybody just feel like they the shit. They ain't got to.
I just kind of stay away.
I do.
You know, because it's a little frightening.
It is, but I've always been like that. I always rode my old wave. Like I never was the type to, like the crowd crowded around me. I was never in the crowd. Like they wanted to be my friend. I don't need no bitch to be friends with. You hear me? But it's just always like that. Like I don't know where to disconnect. Like you could have it could be a simple disagreement, miscommunication. As an adult, you will think like we could actually sit down and figure out what went wrong and how can we fix it. But adult that's young-minded, they want to fight. They want to do too much, belittle you, all that shit, when it's just a simple disagreement, a simple miscommunication, like that could really be fixed. But they don't understand that. And everybody's right. Nobody could ever be wrong.
Right.
But then you have someone who actually like, damn, my bad. I'm bogus as hell, my fault. I cling to those people that can take accountability for their bullshit. But if you don't feel like you wrong about shit, I can't fuck with you because no one's always right. So,
how was that for you? Like, you know, in being social and even dating. You know, being a mental health professional.
I get humbled a lot by I don't know, I just get humbled. Cause I be thinking I'm talking to grown people and I don't be talking to grown people. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't think people really be ready for me when I talk or when I just like express how I feel about certain situations and things like that. So I just let people be, okay, you got it. It's fine.
Is that discouraging?
Sometimes, because like I said, it could be a simple situation that we could actually look past, or like at work, all you had to do was ask for another bag of chips. You ain't have to attack me. You ain't have to spit on me. You know what I'm saying? All you had to do was ask for another bag of chips. But then it goes deeper, like, oh, they probably were being food deprived where they was, so they didn't know that they could ask for another bag of chips here, because they couldn't ask for another bag of chips there. But I don't be having time to get that deep with people sometimes, so I just be letting them do what they gonna do.
I think that's life now.
Yeah.
Like, no one has time to, really feel the other person's perspective. And then sometimes we do that too much, and then that's taxing, and then we kind of...
It's like a catch-22, because like you could actually sit down and have time and listen and shit like that, but I'm a consumer, so like I consume people's problems and make them my own. And I'm learning I have to stop doing that, because I've learned that I'm a seasonal depressed person. So like sometimes it doesn't go right with what I have going on. So I could be flat fucking broke, but I'll find money because your lights are about to be off. But the whole time though, I got a 5-day notice. But I'm gonna find the money because you and your kids can't be in the dark. I have to stop doing that. And I'm learning that about myself. So yeah, you could sit and have those conversations with people, or you could like, you feel me?
I think silence and discipline and journaling is the only answer, and like prayer, however you pray, whether you write it, you do it in silence, or you act, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because like there are a lot of situations that's like, they're hopeless.
Yes.
Like the scenario that you just painted, like if you're a person that really, really feels that kind of thing, like you for sure are not gonna let their lights get cut off.
That's what I'm saying.
But your shit probably will.
Probably will. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm over here. I shoulda, coulda, woulda. It's like, now I knew I was supposed to put that money up for my rent, but she needed, you feel me? And she was crying, and her kids didn't need to be in the dark. But that's not my problem. But to me, like, and even, you came to me, so now it's my problem.
And even thinking that's not my problem is almost like a dirty thing. Like, yes, I can't believe I just thought that.
I can't believe like I'm being selfish like this. What if God sent her my way and I was supposed to help her? Oh, my mind, it goes.
It's very stressful.
It's very stressful.
It's very stressful.
It's stressful as fuck, because it be like, Janae, like, you are not Superwoman. Chill.
Very, very, very fucking stressful.
So yeah.
But that's life. I think that's the balance. Just put it all on a page, and if in some kind of way, just figure it out. But I really agree with what you said about everything being intentional.
Yeah.
Like, yes, being present and being intentional. And also too, really seriously giving yourself what you deserve. So, you were obedient, and look what you got.
Yeah.
But you earned that though, in a very different way. You know what I'm saying? So, treat yourself.
For sure, and I definitely will. But yeah.
But good for you for constantly listening to yourself and knowing when it's time to, switch up and get out that jam, because you seem to be the escape artist for real, one way or the other.
Okay. But yeah, definitely. This year it will be different for me. I told myself that like I have to start taking time for myself and just working on me, because all those other days, like I'm a heal properly. No, this year I'm gonna heal. I'm gonna get to where I need to be mentally and just like in my life, period.
And sometimes that means just completely slowing down, disconnecting like you did.
For real.
Good for you.
Thank you.
All right, but it's about that time. Tell the people where they can find you.
You can find me on TikTok at SnuggyG1. You can find me on Instagram at LoveYours0707. And that's it.
Smell. Spell Snook, because you know.
SNOOKG1. Yeah. For
Okay.
sure.
All right. See, anyway, it wasn't even that bad. You're still alive. Look at you.
I know. I feel so good.
So everybody, thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate all the engagement. This has been another episode of The Trust Tree. I am your trustee, Thee NASHVINO. In the words of Avon Barksdale, keep it light, keep it.